So here we have the 2014 Junior Cert Higher Level, and this is question 10. And then we're told here the graphs of the function. So we're given two graphs, and I'm just gonna see if I can grab a highlighter. So no highlighter. So I'm just gonna say, so the graph of one of them is this here. So I hope you can see that. And then the graph of the other one is this. Identify each graph by writing f of x or g of x in the space provided. Well, firstly, the first way I could identify is, say if I have, just gonna get a page. Say if I have a graph and the x squared, it's a positive x squared. Well, then the graph is going to be U-shaped. But say if I had a negative x squared, then the graph is going to be N-shaped. So this one here is this one here must have a positive x squared. So one of them has a positive x squared. So this one is going to have to be f of x. And this one here has a negative x squared. So this one here is going to have to be g of x, because it said they're either or. And then the next one we're shown is the graphs of the function y equals h of x and y equals k of x, so are shown below. So we're asked to write down the roots of each function. The roots of a function is where it crosses the x-axis. So the roots is where it crosses the x-axis. So here I can see that it crosses the x-axis. We want the x value when it crosses the x-axis. So here x is equal to -2, and here x is equal to 3. So the roots of k of x are going to be x is equal to -2 and x is equal to 3. But here, this one crosses it at x is equal to -3 and x is equal to 2. So x is equal to -3. So sorry, I was asked to get the roots of each and then write down the equation. So the roots of this one is x is equal to -3, x is equal to 2. So if I have, so I'm going to actually get a page. So I have two equations. One is h of x, and the roots is x minus 2, x is equal to 3. And then I have k of x, and the roots are x is equal to -3, x is equal to 2. I'm just going to do a quadratic really quickly, just a random quadratic that doesn't have anything to do with this question. So I'm just going to write it out and solve it, and we're going to have to see the steps that I'm just going to show you, say one that was already done out, because we're going to have to learn how to go backwards. So we're basically forming a quadratic just knowing its roots. So this is this end stage. So this is the end stage. So in order to get to this stage, I have to get to this stage. So I have to go backwards, like forming a quadratic. So before I got x equal to -5, I had to have each of them on x, the 5 on the side is the x, and then equal 0. So for each of these, the x has to be on the same side as the 2, and then has to be equal 0, x minus 3 equals 0. Similarly with this one, the 3 will have to move over, and then it'll be x plus 3 equals 0 and x minus 2 equals 0. But then I had to have them multiplied together, if I'm going backwards again, to be 0. So this one, x plus 3, x minus 2 equals 0, and this one, x plus 2, x minus 3 equals 0. And now I just have to multiply them out. So if I want to multiply two brackets together, I have to split the first bracket, and then it's the x by x minus 3, and then plus 2 by x minus 3. So x by x is x squared, x by -3 is -3x, 2 by x is 2x, and 2 by -3 is -6 equals 0. And then I'm going to add, so x squared minus x minus 6 is equal to 0. So that's the first one, that's the equation of it. And then the next one is going to be, I'm going to have to split the first bracket, and then x by x minus 2, and then plus 3 by x minus 2 equals 0. So x by x gives me x squared, x by -2 gives me -2x, plus 3x minus 6 is equal to 0. So that's going to be x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to 0. So that's, so say up here is k h of x, and here we have k of x. So and that is our answer. Hope you found that helpful. Thank you.